teacher and Virtuous Facilitator at the Charles J. Andrew Youth and Family Treatment Center in Cheshire. I'm thinking about our children today, our students. And so I thought it would be a good idea to read a book for them. And in this case, it's the book about bucket filling. Have you filled a bucket today? It's a guide to daily happiness for kids. Now, when we have our children come to the center, at least in the past couple of years, I've noticed that most of them are familiar with this book already, which is good news because it means that schools are also working on the bucket filler program. And this old man, that's not me. Getting there, but not yet. Now this book is written by Carl McLeod, illustrated by David Messing. In other words, he does all the drawings that are in the book, and they're really nice. So let's read the book. Let's find out what bucket filling is all about. All day long, in the whole wide world, everyone walks around carrying an invisible bucket. You can't see it, but it's there. And if you take a look, you can see there's people represented from all around the world. Okay? And each of them, of course, has a bucket. And this is what our bucket looks like, even though you can't see it. You have a bucket. Each member of your family has a bucket. Oh, and did you notice? Even a dog has a bucket. I mean, let's face it, you don't want to be mean to your animals because they have feelings too, right? They have an invisible bucket as well. Your grandparents, friends, and neighbors all have buckets. Everyone carries an invisible bucket. And look at the little girl bouncing around on her little pogo stick, and she's all the little happy stuff coming out and spreading around to everybody else, and she's got the biggest smile on her face. I said, that's sweet. That's nice. Your bucket has one purpose only. Its purpose is to hold your good thoughts and good feelings about yourself. You feel happy and good when your bucket is full, and you feel sad and lonely when your bucket is empty. Other people feel the same way too. They're happy when their buckets are full, and they're sad when their buckets are empty. It's great to have a full bucket, and this is how it works. Other people can fill your bucket, and you can fill theirs. You can fill your own bucket too. So how do you fill a bucket? You fill a bucket when you show love to someone, when you say or do something kind, or even when you give someone a smile. That's being a bucket filler. A bucket filler is a loving, caring person who says and does nice things to make others feel special. When you treat others with kindness and respect, you fill their bucket. Do you ever give flowers to your grandma? Imagine how she feels when you give her flowers. She's so happy. And do you feel really happy when you give your grandma flowers? So both of your buckets get filled. I'm a grandpa. I got flowers before, and yes, it made me happy too. And the little fella that gave them to me got a big hug. But you can also dip into a bucket and take out some good feelings. You dip into a bucket when you make fun of someone, when you say or do mean things, or even when you ignore someone. That's bucket dipping. Bullying is bucket dipping. When you hurt others, you dip into their bucket. You will dip into your own bucket too. The bully is trying to fill his bucket by dipping into his bucket, but that never works. Many people who dip have an empty bucket. They may think they can fill their own bucket by dipping into someone else's, but that will never work. You never fill your own bucket when you dip into someone else's. He's so sad. But guess what? When you fill someone's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. You feel good when you help others feel good. When you do something nice for somebody, you can see the smile on their face. And it makes you feel good too, because you did something nice for them. That's bucket filling. All day long, we are either filling up or dipping into each other's bucket by what we say and what we do. Try to fill a bucket and see what happens. You love your mom and dad. Why not tell them you love them? You can even tell them why. Your caring words will fill their buckets with joy. Go ahead. Tell mom and dad you love them. See what happens. And then see how you feel. Especially after the hug you'll get. Watch for smiles to light up their faces. You will feel like smiling too. A smile is a good clue that you have filled a bucket. Isn't that nice? If you practice, you'll become a great bucket filler. Just remember that everyone carries an invisible bucket. And think of what you can say or do to fill it. Here are some ideas for you. You could smile and say hi to the bus driver. He has a bucket too. You could invite the new kid at school to play with you. You could write a thank you note to your teacher. You could tell your grandpa that you like spending time with him. There are many ways to fill a bucket. I love my grandchildren spending time with me. It really fills my bucket. And I love filling their buckets too. We have a lot of fun together. Bucket filling is fun and easy to do. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. It doesn't cost money. It doesn't take much time. And remember, when you fill someone else's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. When you're a bucket filler, you make your home, your school, and your neighborhood better places for all. Bucket filling makes everyone feel good. And look at all the lovely little bucket filling stars and hearts and everything going all around the communities, from the houses to the school to the playground. It's just lovely. So, why not decide to be a bucket filler today and every day? Just start each day by saying to yourself, I'm going to do something to fill someone's bucket today. Kind of thinking of how he's going to do that. It's nice. And at the end of the day, at the end of each day, ask yourself, did I fill a bucket today? Yes, I did. That's the life of a bucket filler. And that's you. Isn't that nice? Now, here's the picture of the author. That says McLeod. She's the one that wrote it. And here you've got David Messing, and he drew all the pictures. So that's their pictures in the back of the book. Now, one thing I want you to do, on the back of the book, well, you can see this, it says www.bucketfillers101.com. That's bucketfillers, all one word, 101.com. And you can download some stuff there for free. And one thing, coloring things, and one thing I'd like you to do is to download a printout of the bucket, okay? And then you'll see the bucket there, and you can print out the bucket, and you can color it. And when you get it colored, you can stick it in your window. And people can go around and look at the buckets in your window and say, hey, why do you have that bucket in your window? And then you'll be able to tell them about the invisible bucket. So, it was really nice reading this for you. I hope you're going to continue to be a bucket filler. Be nice to mom and dad. Be nice to your siblings if you have siblings. Be nice to your friends. And just be an all-round beautiful person. And that goes for mom and dad too. Because now, if mom and dad hadn't read the book before, they now know what bucket filling is all about. And if someone tries to be mean to you, walk away, put the cover on your bucket. Don't let your good feelings leave. Unless you want to do something nice for the bully and be kind to him or say something that's kind, because that'll put good stuff in his bucket. And that's what he needs. A bully needs good stuff in his bucket, because the reason he's a bully is because his bucket is empty. Okay? So let's all think that way. And we'll see you the next time, and I'll try and pick another book to read to you. Okay? Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate that. Bye for now.